speaker for today. I've known this gentleman for a long time. Dr. Karl Roider received his bachelor's degree from Yale University and his master's and PhD degrees from Stanford. He arrived at LSU in 1968, and since that time has served as a faculty member in the Department of History, 3 years as the Department of History Chair, and 8 years as Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Specializing in Austrian history, Dr. Roider has published 3 books and edited the proceedings and selected papers of the Consortium on Revolutionary Europe. His scholarship and publications have established him as one of the top scholars in his field. Under his leadership as Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, the university established the Writing Center, a major in international studies, a bachelor's degree of interdisciplinary studies that included concentrations in aging, disaster science and management, a professional communication and forensics concentration, a master's in liberal arts for military officers at Fort Polk, and a minor in African and African American studies. He chaired the committee to create the college diploma ceremonies that you're experiencing today. His honors and awards are too many to list, but among them are the National Endowment for the Humanities Young Humanist Fellowship, 4-time recipient of the LSU Research Council Fellow Award, an American Philosophical Society Fellowship, and a Fulbright Award for research in Austria. Most importantly, Dr. Roider is a dedicated teacher. He is literally an icon of teaching on and off the LSU campus for his lectures on Western civilization, the First and Second World Wars, Eastern Europe, and the Balkan Peninsula. He is well known to our honor students for his first-year seminars in ancient, medieval, and Renaissance history. Students have been able to experience history firsthand through the courses he taught in the United Kingdom. It is no wonder he was elected most popular professor multiple times and named in the LSU Alumni Magazine as one of the 6 great teachers at LSU. And now he partners with us preparing middle and high school teachers by serving as lead content faculty for LSU's undergraduates seeking to become social science teachers, extending his influence into secondary schools. It's with great admiration and great pleasure I present to you Dr. Karl Roider.
Thank you, Laura. A number of people have asked me how you can be wearing red at LSU's graduation, and I want to assure you this is cardinal for the Stanford Cardinal. I want to thank Dean Lindsay and the faculty of the College of Education for giving me the opportunity to give the first commencement speech I have ever given. When I told my wife I was going to give the speech today, she replied, "Remember our first kiss." Most of you know what that means, but I will give you the polite version. Keep it short and simple. At this time in December, I usually attend the diploma ceremony of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, which is going on as I speak. I'm the undergraduate advisor for the History Department. It's my job to maintain order and discipline among the history graduates. Usually I cause as much disorder as I prevent. We have no speaker in the diploma ceremony of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. When our dean explains why, he always says every commencement speaker tells the graduates that they need to go out and serve humanity. Then he adds, if you don't know that by now, we have not done our job. What makes this diploma ceremony different from that one is that this one features graduates who truly are going out to serve humanity. Look at the people who are graduating. Teachers, coaches, physical therapists and trainers, social workers. Every one of them will be trying to resolve issues that are vital to our society. Educated children, fit children, adults who need care and advice on how to remain healthy, and the less fortunate whom we can never devalue as human beings. Perhaps the saddest part of this ceremony is that what many of you will do will often not be appreciated by society at large. If students do not perform to a level sometimes established by non-educators, teachers will be blamed regardless of other circumstances. If children are suffering from obesity, politicians and editors will express their disgust that coaches and physical trainers are not enabling them to lose weight. When politicians and commentators wish to score points, they will wonder out loud why the less fortunate cannot take care of themselves. But let me tell you, it is you whom the people you help will remember. To this day, I can name every one of my grade school teachers. But I cannot tell you who the governor was when I was in elementary school, or who the state superintendent of education was, or which board member promised serious reform. In your professions, you will have a greater impact on more lives than any politician or columnist or bureaucrat or supervisor or expert. The greatest experience the student teachers in our program have at the end of their teaching semester is when their students beg them to stay. We offer a master's program in military history to officers at Fort Polk, located in western Louisiana. One of the officers in that program sent to me an email that I think is particularly relevant to this gathering, and I would like to read part of it to you. It is from Army Colonel Paul Yingling, Professor of Security Studies at the George C. Marshall European Center for Security Studies. Colonel Yingling is leaving the Army to start a new career as a social studies teacher in the fall. This is what he wrote: "Why I'm leaving the military for a social studies classroom. I'm a colonel in the U.S. Army," he writes, "and next summer I'll retire to teach high school social studies. My friends think I'm crazy, and they may have a point. Colonel is the last rank before general stars, and it comes with significant perks. My pay is triple the national average teacher's salary. Military budgets have doubled over the past decade, while school districts have slashed funding, increased class sizes, cut programs, and laid off teachers. The social status accorded to the military is wonderful, while teachers are routinely pilloried by politicians and pundits for student outcomes that are often driven by events and conditions far beyond the schoolhouse door. So why teach? Unbeknownst to all of my closest friends, my great passion is not military reform, but youth baseball. I've coached since my 18-year-old son was old enough to hold a bat, and at all ages from preschool to high school. Every spring I tell each kid to have fun, hustle every play, get better every day, and be a good teammate. Every batting practice I give the same tips: hands back, knees bent, level swing, eye on the ball. Every season there is at least one kid who just doesn't get it, who is embarrassed about not getting it, who leaves practice on the verge of tears, determined never to pick up a baseball again. Every season I work with that kid one-on-one, before and after practice, on Sunday afternoons, anytime. When other kids aren't looking, there's no reason to feel embarrassed. After about the third session, I see in that kid a glimmer of recognition, a sense that he or she is getting it, can do it, and doesn't have to be embarrassed. There's no calculation of odds or costs, only a sense of expanding possibilities. The glimmer grows each day. If I can hit a ball, what else can I do? It spreads. If one of us can get better, why can't we all? This moment becomes a series of moments, experienced individually and as part of a larger whole. Spring turns into summer, and this series of moments become a set of habits. These habits, a passion for excellence, a willingness to work, a commitment to others, are more about character than baseball. Shaped carefully, they cement the foundation of a young person's being. My new career choice became as obvious to me as it was perplexing to my friends. I will leave the Army 2 years too early to retire with the benefits of a full colonel, but just in time to start teaching in the fall. Another high school teacher, Aristotle, believed that people form communities not just to preserve life, but pursue a good life. The iconic life-preserving figures of the post-9/11 era, soldiers, police officers, firefighters, certainly deserve the adulation they received. However, security is merely instrumental. Peace and freedom make a good life possible, but not inevitable. A Especially in a democracy, we ought to respect those who foster the character traits that make self-government attainable. Parents and teachers, coaches and ministers, poets and protesters. When I hear the Army motto, "This we will defend," it's them I have in mind. I've served 5 combat tours in Desert Storm, the Balkans, and Iraq, and I've been caused to reflect on what it means to live well. It has little to do with money or social status or proximity to power. Instead, amid the clamor of a youth baseball practice, I'm part of a conversation on character that echoes in eternity. The opportunity to engage in that conversation more often is why I want to teach, or coach, or repair bodies, or help the less fortunate. I could not have said it better. Congratulations to all of you. Never forget the College of Education, Department of Kinesiology, Social Work, and LSU. Go Tigers.